have my first job interview tomorrow. Life has gone downhill. Oh my god. These are the best songs I've ever heard in my life. I'm actually so nervous. I can't even like form a sentence right now. I've had a bit of a down day today. There's genuinely no one keeping the popcorn industry in business like me. My heart was pounding. I literally got goosebumps when I read that. I thought we could just spend a few days together. A few realistic days in my life as a girl who's just moved home from France and is just trying to figure out life. I have a pretty busy next couple of days. I say busy next couple of days. I feel like the main thing is tomorrow. I have my first job interview tomorrow, which is so exciting. I'm just like excited to be like back on the market, like back in a job interview. Just like hopefully get things moving on the job front. It is exciting, but it's very nerve-wracking because guys, this is my first ever in-person interview I've done for a job before, which might sound crazy because I've been working for like 6 years now. I worked at the same company for 5 years, and when I applied and joined, that was like bang in the middle of COVID, so that was obviously like virtual, on the phone, on Zoom. And then when I went to France, I didn't have an interview for that either. This is my first ever in-person interview. I'm very nervous, to be so for real with you guys. I really don't mind a virtual interview. Every single person I've told, oh my god, it's in person, they've been like, it is so much better in person, like it's so much easier. But like, I always found virtual interviews fine. I think it's going to be a different environment, but I also do think, I agree with what everyone's saying, I feel like it will be just a better way to like showcase your vibe, like just how you are naturally as a person. That I feel like that comes across so much easier in person, so I'm looking forward to that. So that is kind of the job of today, is going to be preparing all my like interview questions and getting examples together and stuff like that. It is a new industry for me, so I've been kind of going through like all the type of questions they're gonna ask and stuff, and I've been like, oh my god, this is like so new to me, so it's taken a bit longer to like work on the questions and stuff, but I still have a lot to work on today. There's a pre-interview activity that I need to get sent over today. That is what a lot of today is going to be, to be honest, is me preparing for this interview. I also need to start editing my YouTube video for this week because it's Monday and that needs to be up on Wednesday, and I've not started editing that. I'll tell you guys my to-do list, because I am a serial to-do lister, especially when I've not been working. Like, I like to wake up and I know exactly what I'm going to be doing throughout the day, because either nothing will get done or just like I'll feel bored when I shouldn't actually be bored, like I've actually got things to do. So let me tell you, so wake up at 8:20 a.m, did that. 9 a.m to 11 a.m interview prep. 11 a.m send the email for the pre-interview activity. I'm going to do editing from 11:30 until 1 p.m, lunch at 1 p.m, more interview prep 2 to 4 p.m, and then 6 p.m, this is exciting, at 6 p.m I've got very exciting like social media related call, which is so exciting. And then pretty much after that we'll be like getting a nice shower, getting the hair washed, getting it all blowed out and stuff, and that's going to be today. We've got a very productive day ahead, so I just thought I would bring you guys along with me for the job interview prep. It won't look like I'm doing much because I am just going to be on my phone, on my notes, and I'll just be sitting here, but we're going to get started with that. Already tell this is going to be the most interesting vlog ever when it is 4 hours since I filmed that last clip and I've not left this spot. I'm actually looking a bit bedraggled, like considering I've not moved, but I did 2 hours prepping for my interview. I actually feel pretty confident. I sat and like ran through all my answers, and yesterday when I was trying to like practice my answers, I felt like I actually could not form a sentence. Like I kept like stopping and being like, oh, what do I say here? And I felt like I was getting them out a lot more. But then I found some more interview questions that I'm not prepared for, so I'm gonna try and prepare for those this afternoon. And then we did 2 hours editing my YouTube video. I managed to get a fair bit of that edited, but honestly the biggest struggle when it comes to me editing a YouTube video is not like the actual editing, it is getting the clips onto my phone. The clips are like just the size of them, like even if they're not long clips, because they're filmed on a camera, the file size is really big, so it takes up so much storage. Every single time it's like me wrestling with all my apps. I usually go like a few days when I'm editing where like I don't have like WhatsApp and loads of apps that I use because I just don't have the storage space. So it's actually, that's been the bit that's been like surprisingly easy today, is I've managed to get like 90% of the vlog onto my phone and I've not had to like delete too many apps yet, so I think that will be like going quite smoothly. I've done like my first draft of editing for like 90% of the video, so that's pretty good. Now it's lunchtime. Kian's just FaceTimed me because it's his lunch break as well, so I'm gonna call him and we're gonna go down and get some food. Okay, just had a bit of lunch. Literally just had my usual wee granola bowl because I love a granola bowl. I'm gonna take some time just to read and chill before I get back into all my interview prep, so I thought I would show you guys what I'm reading at the moment. If you watched like 2 vlogs ago, I think, where I was doing on what I read in a week, I did start reading The Bright Years, and then I soft DNF'd it because I was like, I'm not in the mood for this. This has been such a highly anticipated read for me, and I don't want to not appreciate it or not enjoy it because I'm like forcing myself to read it, so I soft DNF'd it. But we are picking it back up. I read a good bit of it the other night. I got to page 108 and I'm really enjoying this so far. We are basically following, it's kind of like family drama, like it's these 2 people who were in a relationship and it all started out very good, but like they both kind of have a lot of like trauma and kind of baggage that they've like kept from each other, and we're just like following them through this now where they have a child and stuff. And yeah, I have no idea where this is going to go. Like I don't know what the kind of structure of this story will be, but what I can say is I'm enjoying it. I literally picked this up because I was like, oh, love hearing about family drama, so I think I'll enjoy this, and I can confirm I am very much hooked on this. So I'm gonna keep reading this today and just, yeah, chill a little bit before I get back into all this interview prep. Just as I started reading there, I remembered a quote I really wanted to tell you guys because it was such like a powerful quote. There is, you know, talk of abuse in this book, so definitely read your trigger warnings. A character is being asked like, is he abusive towards you? She's like telling someone about a fight they got into and she's like, yeah, it got pretty bad. And someone says to her, bad like abuse? And she says, I don't know if it's bad like abuse. Abuse is so much easier to identify when it's not in your own kitchen. I literally got goosebumps when I read that. I was like, oh my god. But anyway, back to reading. Hey besties, it is like a while later now. It's like 5 o'clock and oh my god, I am so anxious about tomorrow. I've literally been feeling absolutely fine about it. Obviously been like, oh, a wee bit nervous. Then I think it was this morning when I'd finished like the majority of like my to-do list. Like I'd got all the interview questions prepared and I'd practiced them and stuff, and then the editing bit, which was like a huge thing I had to do. All of a sudden, like I literally just had knots in my stomach like all afternoon. I could not get rid of them. I still can't get rid of them. Even when I'm not thinking about the interview, it's like my body knows that it's happening tomorrow. I've just been sitting here watching One Tree Hill on my iPad. I did start watching that a few weeks ago and I kind of like, I liked it, but I just am the worst at like committing to TV shows. But I have been getting back into it the past few nights, so I'm on the last episode of season 1 now, just to like keep my mind off things. I'm actually so nervous. I can't even like form a sentence right now, and like I'm not even thinking about the interview. Obviously I'm thinking about it because I'm like talking about it now. I'm not really thinking about it. I just have the biggest pit in my stomach. And then my mom and dad just told me that they found this like massive spider in their room last night and they tried to kill it and it got away. So that has made me feel a bajillion times worse. I literally feel like ill right now. So someone just sent help. I'm gonna go watch One Tree Hill because I'm dying.
She's trying to save. What the hell do you think I'm trying to do?
Guys, I'm about to go on my little Zoom call. Kind of nervous, don't really know what to expect, but I'm excited, so wish me luck. Just joined the meeting. I'm the first one in because I'm such a keen bean. Good morning besties. From your corporate queen today, let me show you guys the outfit. This is what we went for. We literally just went for all black because just don't think an interview is the time to take fashion risks. So I've got my little black blazer, black Zara top. I don't even know where the blazer's from. Belt. These are my new look trousers that I used to wear literally every day to work. I love these so much. They're the comfiest things ever. And then I've got my little ballet pumps because they're the sort of, I just think they're like the cutest but also most professional thing I've got, because I do have like nice trainers. I just don't want to take risks. So we're just going to wear the ballet pumps. And then my little bag that I used to wear every day to work. I do have like literally 20 minutes before I need to leave, so I'm gonna strip the now because it is warm in here. I've just been listening to all my like hyped up music this morning just to really get me like in the mood, because that way you just feel like you have so much energy that you need to like get out. You know, I was listening to Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter, which I will still argue that that's the best album ever. I remember when that came out and everyone actually hated it and I was like, No, like I feel as though I've just found my album. I say that though, there's a lot of songs on it that I love, but like I'm not like that obsessed with. The two that I'm obsessed with, but they genuinely are so good that they make the entire album for me. Like I genuinely think these are the best songs I've ever heard in my life. My Man on Willpower, and then especially Sugar Talking. Those songs will never get old for me, and I've just had them on repeat this morning because they've really just been getting me going. And it's so funny because that album is so nostalgic to me now, even though it only came out a year ago, because it came out at the exact time that I was like leaving for France. Just remember like sitting listening to it in the office, thinking about like, oh my god, I need to hand my notice in. Listen to it like going to work every day. It was like around the time where I was like handing my notice and leaving, which was obviously such like an emotionally charged time, and I was so obsessed with those two songs I would just listen to the two of them on repeat. So like that's all I think about now when I think of that time, and I think of like that's what I was listening to when I was on the flight to France. So I love that album so much, and I love those two songs, so that's what I was listening to this morning. Do you know what I was thinking about this morning? Because I woke up and it's that way, you literally, your eyes open and your heart is racing. I actually managed to get like a really good sleep last night, surprisingly, but when the alarm went off, my eyes opened, my heart was pounding. Have you ever seen that thing on TikTok? I've reposted this before, but it was like the perfect moment for me to remember this. And it's like whenever you do something scary and your heart's beating really fast, it's an inner applause, so it's like your body applauding you for doing something scary, which is so cute. And I thought of that this morning, so I was like, every time like my heart starts racing, that's what it is. It's like me applauding myself for putting myself out there and going and doing this. But yeah, we have a big day ahead of us. Another thing we must consider is, guys, I'm like blind without glasses on. Pretty much, not like up close, but things far away. If I ever go out and I'm like meeting my friends or something, see the panic in my eyes trying to find people, like I literally can't see them. So that also is like something I need to take into consideration when I first go into the building. Like what if someone's like coming towards me making eye contact and I'm just like, is it cool to like wear glasses to the entry? I feel like that gives a kind of sophistication, but then sometimes I feel like I can't like hear properly when my glasses are on, like it overstimulates me. So then if I get into the interview, should I do like a little up on the head, or should I just be like off into the bag? I don't know, and you guys can't tell me that because you're not gonna see this until a week after the interview. Hello besties from a good while later. If I'm looking a little bit crazy right now, it's because I just napped. I honestly was like planning on giving you guys the interview update as soon as I got out of the place, and honestly it's like such an adrenaline rush. Like the entire experience is such an adrenaline rush. Came home, I ate finally because I literally could not eat anything before it, and then I fell asleep. I put on One Tree Hill because I was like, right, this girl needs to like relax now, and I fell asleep and I just woke up because my nana was phoning me to see how the interview went, and so I thought I would give you guys the update as well. I can confirm the interview went so good. I think it went so good, don't get me wrong. Like I said, this is like a new industry, and I definitely think there were a couple questions that like I wasn't expecting, and I kind of had to think fast on my feet, and I don't know if they were like good answers or not because it was kind of questions that were just really new to me, so I was just thinking on the feet, but I did like answer them well enough, I think. But the people who were interviewing me, they were like so genuinely lovely. It was just a lovely experience overall. I definitely do see like how people were saying that it is nicer in person, because I definitely got that. Like at first it feels more nerve-wracking, like the going into the office, but see when you're like sat down in the group, it definitely puts you at ease so much. Whether anything comes of it or not, I'm like so happy and proud of myself to like have been in that situation, have felt like it went well, and like if I need to keep interviewing for jobs, at least it's like broken the uncertainty and the ice of that first interview. But yeah, I feel like after it's that way, it almost feels, you feel more antsy after the interview, but then it is nice because it's like it's out of my control now. Like it is out of my hands. I want to get my mind off this tonight. Like I don't want to be sitting thinking about it. So me and Kristen are gonna go and see the new Toy Story. Kristen's just about to pick me up for Toy Story 5. I actually love, see how, because like I've obviously not got a car. I had to sell my car when I was going to France because I didn't want to keep paying for something just to sit in the driveway. So she's been a carless girl. It's so funny like when my friends are coming to pick me up, because I literally, they text me and they say I'm leaving, and I just stand here at the window like a child waiting for them to come collect me. I just had quite a big dinner. It was delicious. My dad made pepperoni pasta. It's not a question of will I be able to get popcorn, because I'm gonna get popcorn like regardless, but it's like will I be able to get a medium? I might need to get a small because I'm kind of full after that. But if there's one thing about me, I have genuinely shown up to the cinema before like so full, whether I've just had dinner or like a big lunch or something, like so full that I feel like nauseous. You still would not catch me not getting a box of popcorn. Like, and I would still get a medium. I remember last time me and Lucy went, I literally was saying to her in the car, I was like, oh, I've ate so much. Like, I just had a really big dinner. I actually feel kind of nauseous. Can I please have a medium popcorn? I'm never gonna skip it, honestly. I feel like you guys know this anyway. You used to see this in my vlogs all the time. Like, every single night I'm getting into bed with a bowl of popcorn and my book and we are like relaxing. There's genuinely no one keeping the popcorn industry in business like me. It's my favourite food in the entire world. So I'm gonna get a little bowl of popcorn tonight. Of course I am, but yeah, I think I might need to get a small. But that could change by the time we get there. I'll probably end up getting a medium. Oh my god. Okay, this was actually not my intention this morning. I was planning on just reading like a little bit of this book to start my day and I finished it. And oh my god, that was so wonderful. That was such a wonderful book. I'm actually speechless right now. I don't think I can form a sentence about this book. I'm gonna go get ready and like digest what I just read and then we'll discuss. It is a little while later now and we need to discuss the bright years. Also, do you guys remember anyone who like was an OG YouTube follower? I used to always sit here for my YouTube videos because I like didn't have anywhere else to sit because I didn't have the armchair. So I'm feeling kind of crazy and I'm just gonna sit here today. But I like needed a good few hours to sit on this book because I don't think I've ever like kept it together so much throughout a book. Like, this was a very emotional book and there were definitely points where I was tearing up, especially towards the end, and then it was genuinely the last line of this book ripped me to shreds. There's parts of it that are just so like, life is really difficult, that's just like a part of life. Grief, losing people, and it really sucks and it's like, why should we risk like all of that pain just for the sake of loving someone? But it also shows you that like love is worth the risk, which I loved about this. I love when I like see a character go through that process of being like, I will never let people in, what if they betray me, what if I lose them, what if something happens to them. It sometimes literally makes you think, is it worth it? Caring for people is such a high risk sport, and so anytime I like follow a character through that journey, and I feel like I've read a few books like this recently and I absolutely love them, just like I'm rooting for them so much, and it's always so like comforting to me to read about as well. I actually loved this book. This was a 4.5 stars. I definitely think I was not in the mood. I've just not been in the mood recently for like serious books. I've really been craving like silly books, so there were definitely times where just when it came to like picking this up I'd be like, I kind of can't be bothered, but then every time I'd pick it up I'd be like, oh my god, love this, and I'd read more than I expected to. I think that's the only reason this wasn't a 5 stars. I think if I'd been really in the mood for this I probably would have binged this in like a day or two because it's such a small book as well. Next book we've picked up is definitely more up my street. I was like, just let yourself read a silly book. I'm picking up a book that I've literally feel like I'm so behind on. I feel like everyone has read this apart from me, and it's Better Than the Movies by Liz Painter. I was picking it up as like a little break because I was editing a YouTube video today. I ended up reading the first like 100 pages of it because it's exactly what I'm in the mood for right now. I'm reading it and at first I was like, oh, this feels like so cliche, like so predictable, but the writing is so good and so funny where it genuinely feels like a rom-com, which is made even better by the fact that our main character loves rom-coms. Like, her entire life revolves around rom-coms and she's just looking for the big love of her life. Our main character, she has this boy who's like her enemy and they're always like fighting over a parking spot and like pulling pranks on each other and stuff, and then he basically is helping her try and get the attention of the boy who she actually likes. It's so obviously predictable and like you know exactly where it's gonna go, and yet the way it's been executed is so good. It genuinely feels like when you're watching a rom-com, like a 2000s rom-com, and you're like, of course I know exactly how this is gonna go, but it still doesn't make it any less enjoyable to follow along with, and that's how I feel about this. So I'm so excited to be reading this and just be reading like a funny silly book. But I will say the bright years was definitely worth it though. I'm just gonna do a lot more reading of this tonight because it's actually so rainy outside today. It's been feeling very like autumnal today, which guys, I'm never gonna complain about it. Hello divas, it is Thursday and it's like almost 7 o'clock, but I've not actually vlogged today pretty much. I've had a bit of a down day today, which I feel like I get one of these maybe once a week because I feel like I've really been doing well with the unemployed life. Like, I was really scared before I came back and knew that I wasn't going to be working for a period of time until I got a job. I was kind of worried that I was going to be super bored every single day, and so I feel like I have made such a conscious effort to get a good routine, never go a few days without seeing people or having plans and stuff, and just as well with social media, that keeps me plenty busy, and I love having that because it does give me so much structure and purpose to my days. But there's always just one day in the week, it usually tends to be Wednesday or Thursday midweek, where it's just maybe Monday and Tuesday we were super productive because we were out and doing stuff at the weekend. Then it's kind of I get on top of my to-do list, and then there's a day in the week where I'm just don't really know what to do with myself, and that's when I can start feeling a little bit down. And that's how I've been feeling today, just scrolling, which we always know is bad. I've not had any plans, and to be honest I've been in that kind of mood where I've not wanted plans either. But yeah guys, I was so down today that I just did a workout. I always say, if you see me doing a workout, you know I'm having a bad day. Sometimes I feel I only work out when I'm going through it, because if things are so bad that I'm the only thing will make me feel better as a workout. There are definitely sometimes where I go through a real workout phase and I'm working out a few times a week and stuff and have a good routine, but see when you are just feeling crummy and you're I've just been sat about all day, the best thing is just a workout. So I did a wee workout. I've actually really been missing France today guys, I can't lie. I think I actually set myself up for a bad day this morning, because the first thing I did is when I woke up, once again I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed and I was I'm not really in the mood to do much, but we won't scroll, we'll watch YouTube. I was watching their vlog in Antibes, they were going around all these places we went to in Antibes, and Antibes was our favourite place we visited in France. So I feel that genuinely set me up for a bad start already, because I was missing it so much. That's the thing, I feel since coming home I've really tried my hardest to not compare my life here to my life in France, because they're so different. It's never gonna match up, and one's always gonna massively outshine the other in one way or another. But of course, on days that are just a bit boring, a bit quiet, you're feeling a bit down about yourself, I'm gonna think about France and be oh my god, life has gone downhill. Me not working is such a temporary thing, and I know the second I'm working I'm gonna think that was a great time of life, and I know the second I'm working I'm gonna miss having this free time to do whatever you want. So I'm really trying to focus on that. I think just going for that interview this week, and honestly see getting dressed up to go into the office, obviously I was going to that interview and wearing my little corporate outfit and stuff, I felt so cute. And that's the thing, I used to love that about going to the office, getting the train up, grabbing a coffee, all that. I really do love the 9 to 5 life, so I feel this week has given me a bit of an itch for it, which might be why I'm a bit more restless this week. I'm trying just to be as honest as possible about how I'm feeling coming home, because I feel I actually have been surprisingly great coming home, but I also don't want to act as so it's great, life is perfect, because yeah, it's just such a big adjustment, and it's going to be such a big adjustment when I get back into work, and there's just a lot of change happening right now. But I do feel so much better after my shower. I'm gonna just have a little chill night for the rest of the night, and I'll probably speak to you guys tomorrow. Good morning besties, literally from the exact same spot as last night, but I just wanted to close the vlog out here. I hope you guys have enjoyed just spending a few realistic days in my life of navigating moving home from France, navigating trying to find jobs, being unemployed, and everything that comes with that. Like I said, yesterday was kind of a rough day for me. I was just a bit more down in the dumps than usual, but because of that I've decided to take on a few new hobbies, get a new wee routine going to really just keep myself busy and have a purpose every day. That will most likely be the next vlog I upload, showing you guys that kind of routine, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this vlog. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you next week for another video.